Start with Ira in the middle.
Obviously, you've seen a lot of the veterans play in that stadium before on the big, huge stages. But what did you see from some of the younger guys? I mean, obviously Brock and the young receivers, but you have a young lineman too. What did you see out of the younger guys?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing we want to see is growth. You know, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for growth from practice 1 to practice 14. And what I saw was guys, you know, starting to understand the situation. You know, in a small thing, like even with the O-line, from understanding the down the distance of the stance they're in, from Brock understanding what he can and can't do. I saw him take some check downs to get some first downs, which is good, understanding the situations. You know, we also have some things that we got to work on, but all those young guys, what we're looking for is just growth and being a ball player, picking up the offense, and understanding how to operate in situations. That's the main thing. But what I saw some quarterbacks taking a check down, which is big. I saw receivers getting to the sticks and getting first downs. We still had a couple of deals with like knowing when to throw it away, knowing when we got to, you know, kind of tuck tail and just take it is what it is and not take big losses and things like that, where the guy bust or we didn't get a check and things like that. So you just can't create those situations until they're in them. So as much as we can keep doing that in progress, but I like the progress because, you know, the first scrimmage, we had a lot of TFLs and things that we didn't have to have. I saw us advance the ball, and every drive wasn't a touchdown and things like that, but I saw us advance the ball and get out of some tough situations, which I was proud of that.
Next will be Essen over here to your left, front row.
Taking back on that, you mentioned, you know, you get one more practice. That's not a lot of programs that where they have a spring game showcase and then have a practice after. So what kind of opportunity is that for you guys to grow and teach and, you know, go into the off season this summer and be able to be ready for that after this?
Yeah, it's practice 14 in reality, you know, so we want to get that in and still have a practice of correction. So now we can go back, get it corrected, and one more time and go correct some things, which is the goal, is just, like we said, growth. So, you know, we did the same thing. That's kind of how we've operated here. We always have that practice out there, and I think it's good because now you go back, review the film, grade it, have a meeting, and then go out there and correct things that you saw from the spring game. Or most of the time, you kind of just is what it is. You get the meetings and you kind of roll, but I like having that practice to go back, watch it, and evaluate the tape just like you would at the game, and then go out there and get to correct and make some more corrections.
All right, next will be Brendan, second row to your left.
You spoke highly about Trumper here earlier this spring, and he had a really good day again today. I guess, what have you seen from him throughout the entire spring? How big is it that he's been so consistent through 14 practices now?
What you see, the confidence from the quarterbacks trusting him. So he gets one coverage, they're going to him, because that's how much belief he's giving those guys. You know you're doing a good job is when it's a critical situation and the QB looks for you. You know, we're getting that man coverage, that single coverage, and now the quarterback got to make a decision, and he's going to draw. So, you know, to have that confidence in him shows where he's at right now, and he makes the plays. You know, so it's one thing to go to a guy if he's not making plays, but Tron is making a play. So, you know, I don't want to, you know, we've seen this all spring. You know, I think we've had multiple times with multiple offensive coaches that brought up his name. You know, and we talk about that true development, that position man from a guy that got in here and had to fight through, whether it be, you know being behind on the depth chart, you know, other new guys coming in. He just kept fighting. He's going to get to showcase what he can do and showcase his talent.
All right, next will be Logan, one row up.
What have you seen from C.J. Campbell this spring, having into also spring showcase? What have you seen him being a really high competitor, seem like, throughout this game?
Yeah, C.J., you know, he always had a chip on his shoulder. You know, anytime you get a walk-on guy that comes into Florida State, he always going to have something about him that he know he got to climb up to the top. And to see his